What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we of course are in Madden 21 franchise doing another realistic rebuild of, well, another team. I was going to say another one of the Seahawks, but obviously not. Of course, I was actually going to do a fantasy style one, and then I was like, you know what? Even though the Seahawks are pretty talented, and for whatever reason, they're always in the run. Wow, no fullback. Nice. I don't think I've seen them win a whole lot of Super Bowls in Sim. So as far as that goes, I think we got to go with a realistic style. Of course, looking at the team, the biggest issue right now for Seattle, besides, of course, the offensive line, as always, over there. I mean, it seems like it's getting better every year by a sliver, but not quick enough, in my opinion, is definitely the D-line. It's without a doubt their biggest need. Cornerback could use some upgrades, but D-line, their pass rush has been pretty damn brutal. So, of course, that's going to be the first thing we attack in the draft. But we might not be able to do so well with that, with the lacking in the draft picks, and also with such a good start to the season, we may actually have ourselves with a really bad pick on top of lacking of picks. So we have some resignings. We'll get to that in a moment. Of course, in lieu of the matchup tonight, 6-3, 6-3. Who's going to win? I don't know, but it's going to be a good one. I did promise a stream yesterday, and I mentioned in a video earlier today, I had a little bit of a stomach ache from some hot wings. I know, I'm a white guy. It's going to happen. But ultimately, we may still stream tonight after the game. It kind of depends. If the game's a blowout one side, we'll 100% stream. But if it's a close game all the way out, and hell, even if it goes to overtime, if it goes to overtime, for sure ain't streaming. But if it's a close game all the way through, we might not stream again. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know in the comment section, the community tab. Regardless, though, that would be on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. If you're going to follow there, you might as well like and subscribe here before you leave. Twitter.com/Jeromepkr. And, of course, on the second channel, PKR Plays, we have been doing a Spider-Man playthrough, which we'll have another episode of most likely today. So lots of content today, whether there's a stream or not. And that's pretty much that. Let's get into it. Let's see how Seattle finishes their season. So, of course, one of the guys we have to re-sign is, of course, Shaquille Griffin, the best cornerback remaining on the team. The DBs obviously took a pretty big hit over the last, about 5 years in Seattle. Of course, adding, though, with Jamal Adams, Demarius Randall's there. Looking at these names, I mean, there's a lot of low... Oh, my God, there's like 30 people to re-sign. This team might not have the money to do all this, but there's a lot of names here, but a lot of them aren't huge impact players, and a lot of them aren't even just, they're just not even good in general. Running back, Carlos Hyde, I mean, you can get a running back anytime. Philip Dorsett, I don't think he's ever going to stick, even though he actually does look pretty decent here. Josh Gordon, for some reason, is just like tied to Seattle for life now. Quinton Dunbar, I think we can do better, but I might still just give him a one. I think I should just give him a 1 year now. That's actually a pretty decently fair contract for a pretty viable starter. So I'll take that contract. Greg Olsen, sometimes he retires. KJ Wright, heck no, don't get me wrong. One of the better linebackers in history. Not a bad player, actually. But 3 year 45, I don't think so, buddy. Damon Harrison, that's going to be a drop-off. I'm not paying that much for him. And then Chris Carson, we have to see. How is he playing, actually? Of course, Seattle, not a run-first team anymore. Trying to think if that's worth the price. He's a really good player. Yeah, we'll pay Chris Carson. Why not? 5 year 40. So we definitely need a new linebacker or two. The whole D-line needs to add at least a piece in pretty much every spot. And really just the depth. That's what's really going to be taking a hit, is the depth as far as what we already have and then what we're about to lose. Okay, this is actually kind of a big one. LJ Collier, I don't know how he goes by. Roll out the red carpet, baby, because I have arrived. Did you see me out there? Coach, I'm an anchor. Relax, your star development now. 5K XP is nice, though. All right, did the Seattle Seahawks do it? And let me tell you, they did. So, of course, we punched our... I know we punched our ticket. It's literally the playoffs, buddy. It's a little late for that. Of course, we didn't have a guaranteed spot, even at 11-5. Well, technically 10-5, until just then and there. There was some clutch clutch wins right at the end of the season. Of course, the very first game, I would love for that to be the score tonight. I mean, I don't really care, one side or the other who wins, but as far as, how close of a game it was, very good game there. Hopefully we get that tonight. The Niners, we barely beat them, but of course, Niners I wouldn't say they're getting healthier. Nah, that's just, that's not, no. The Bills have been playing some decent football lately, so it doesn't surprise me. Rams, you never know what you're going to get. Lose both games to the Cardinals. Once again, both games are close. Am I stupid? I was literally was reading off the games that literally happened. Nah, not a chance they only win by 10. But they did. I was like, wait a minute, they played the Cardinals 3 times this season. I was like, hopefully we get a game like that again. No wonder why, because we did get a game like that. But either way, obviously, even in this game here, was very close anyways. Please like and subscribe. I need more money for this brain surgery. I'm just kidding. That's not a funny joke. But yeah, I mean, clutch wins all the way across the board. Would have loved to see a win against the Giants, but we did beat the Rams here. That could have been a loss, which, I mean, it was in real life. So, at the end of the day, I'll take the season we finished off with, right? Not bad at all. Seasonal stats, Russell Wilson. I think that's probably good enough for MVP. 4,800 yards, 47 touchdowns, 13 picks. Rushing. Why did we re-sign Carson? Damn it. Touched. Oh. DK Metcalf, who is star development. I really want to push him to superstar already because he's so young and he's actually playing so good. Do I just do it? I feel like it's cheating, though. You know what? I don't care. I know Seahawks fans aren't going to be mad at me, but obviously everyone else will pretty much. Tyler Lockett might have extended that career by quite a bit by going to superstar development trait, most likely this season. Looking at the O-line, oh my god. Of course, that isn't always reflectant of the actual O-line, but actually the quarterback running around. And of course, as we know, that D-line, it's not very good here. I'm just going to be honest. How the hell did Collier get his thing? I mean, he's still not that great, so we might still even have to replace his position. But, yeah, bit of a yikes. I ain't going to lie. Pick totals, let's not talk about that either. Kicking, 16 for 18. Kick returns, nothing to show. Punt returns, nothing really to show either. But just so you know, this is the first time we've actually done this, live rosters and all that, at least as of late. The Steelers apparently are projected to go 15-1 and almost complete the perfect season as they only lost a couple of weeks back. Green Bay at 12-4, Chiefs at 14-2. AFC looking strong out here. I don't know how they think the Lions are going to come back and go 9-7, but sure, I think the Vikings have a definite better chance of doing something like that than the Lions. But I will take this because in theory, this should be almost a guaranteed wild card win, right? If we lose this game, I would be genuinely surprised. Is it raining? Oh, wait, we are in Seattle. Wait. What? Is that a... Wait, I'm so confused. It looked like a dome. Do they have a really deep... Why am I kicking, by the way? Do they have a really deep canopy top? I don't remember that. I got to give it to them, though. I think Seattle has a super underrated stadium. I think it's great. And as a Packers fan, I should hate their stadium because Seahawks and Packers, Packers and that whole division in general have had some bad times. I ain't gonna lie. Seattle 3-0 in this game so far. I know it sounds better than it is because 3-0 is good, while 3-0 is not. So far, just nobody wants to win. We want to win slightly more, but it is Detroit. Of course, 17-0 now, 20-0. There you go. Now I'm seeing a little bit more happiness from me, myself, and I. 20-7 Detroit. I don't know what that was. I'm just gonna be honest. Be happy that you're even there. Russell Wilson didn't really even outplay Matthew Stafford by much, but Stafford's a good quarterback, so it's not like it's something to be sad about. Adrian Peterson with a fumble, reverting back to his young ways, not in a good way for Detroit. Who he's not even on their team anymore, right? Peterson's not in Detroit still, is he? He is. I feel like I haven't heard anything about him since week 1. Interesting. Okay. Receiving. Nice. Defensively, sack total, Shaquem Griffin with 2.5. Trey Flowers with 2. Ford with 2. So a bunch of guys that need contracts don't want to play for crap in the regular season. Oh, but once it comes to the playoffs, when it's getting closer and closer to the deadline of re-signings, oh boy, are we good players. You better keep us. Sure, my guy. Sure. All right, going against the New Orleans Saints, the 84 overall Saints. We're 83. Divisional playoff. Here we come, back at home. Is there even going to be a team that we don't play at home? Even, if we win this game, I think we'd probably be at home for the next one, too. I don't think Green Bay's won a lot in Sim. I just don't feel like they'll be here, though. But it's irrelevant. Like I said, I think the stadium's nice. It looks like a fancy bridge, I drive over it. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. 14th. Okay, let's just not even worry about home games because this looks like it could be the road for Seattle. Oh, that touchdown is going to be the dagger. If you take away that rushing touchdown, you lose by slightly less. That's really all there is. Man, this defense is not good. Wow, this defense... I mean, don't get me wrong. The offense is bad. 20 points is not good. And who knows, some of it could have been defensively scoring. But yikes. Drew Brees with a... Oh, is it 158.3? For some reason, I thought it was 153.8. I don't know why I thought that. Drew Brees with a masterclass game. Kamara dominated us. Chris Carson... I mean, he hasn't dominated anything except for our front office's re-signing abilities. Yeah, just not a good game, just simply put. It wasn't like a 400-pick game by Russell, a bunch of fumbles. They just locked us down. And we couldn't do a thing to them. But here we are going to the Super Bowl. Who's in it? It's the Saints versus the Steelers. I can 100% see that. Depends on when Drew Brees is coming back. And then the Saints do win. Of course, you see the overall drops because some people retired, some people regressed. That is what I like to see. Now, call it unfair if you want. Metcalf 100% should have superstar development trait in the game. You can't put him at like a 88 or whatever at that young of an age and not put him at superstar. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't really care, though, because if anyone having X Factor would matter, it would be Lockett more. But he does get to superstar, which is obviously really nice. It makes, helps a lot. I believe he would have actually started regressing there if it wasn't for that. Matchup nightmare, that just doesn't make any sense. None of this actually matters, so I'm just gonna leave it. It doesn't matter. We've tested in the past. It just does not matter. Greg Olsen goes up to star development, but that really doesn't make a difference for us. Will Dissly, basically a fullback at this rate. KJ Wright, that does make things interesting, but I don't know if once again, I don't think we have the money to make a play like this. This is interesting. Because I actually really like what I'm seeing here. Obviously, I still want to replace the left end spot, but I kind of want to keep some more players that I thought I wasn't going to want to. I know that's a very weird way of saying things. Dwayne Brown. No, that's not good. This O-line situation, we got to save some money for that. Damon Harrison, unfortunately, it's just not worth the money. It just isn't. KJ Wright, I'd be willing to give him half of what he wants, which he just won't take. I maybe should have gave him a 1-year 10. I really should have gave him a 1-year 10. Greg Olsen was okay, but he wasn't good enough to pay. Josh Gordon just didn't play. I'm rhyming all day. Carlos Hyde he's a pretty good running back. He's, insensitive jokes. David Moore always gets let go to free agency. Michael Iupati. Maybe they resign in real life. Ford, he's young. Jacob Hollister, no. Shaquem. I think Shaquem stays for a 2-year deal. I'll give Shaquem a deal. Thanks for staying. Bruce Irvin's finally being let go. Pochik. I think they re-signed Pochik in real life. Definitely give him more time to develop. Glad to stay. Lano Hill. No. Demontre Moore. No, I thought he was more versatile than that. I really did. Bullard will give him a 1-year. Why not? Thrope. I'm sorry. I'm assuming with the captain's badge, he's some sort of good special teamer, and people are going to be really mad that I got rid of him because it's like super unrealistic. I didn't even know we had a fullback. Geno Smith. Why is he even still in the NFL? Poona Ford. He's actually pretty solid. He's 25. We'll give him a 2-year deal. I'll give him a 2-year deal. Okay, see you later. He's leaving. I'm not paying that tag. Interesting. Demarius, we probably don't need. We have the guy that we have. 13.8 for KJ Wright. That's not a crazy asking price. I don't... we could probably get a free agent linebacker. Like, who doesn't... Like, it seems like players just love to join this team defensively, so we're just going to hope somebody in free agency is there and actually joins us. And then the rest, I mean, maybe we'll sign someone. All right, so we have 38 mil to work with. However, we do have a lot of positions to fill. The whole offensive line could use an upgrade. Literally everyone. Maybe keep Damian as a starter and then Pochik as a starter. Everyone else we could use a starter for, though. Looking at the other side of things, you know, well, offensively, the skill position side of things, no needs at all. Literally nothing. Rashad Penny's back. I think we may trade him here. Would be decent. Maybe like a high 4th or something. Add to the draft picks that we're currently lacking in. Jordan Brooks is no longer injured, so definitely give him a shot. Barton's not bad. Burkervin's not bad, so we could maybe just leave the linebacker position. If there's someone there, we'll take one. But as far as actually needing a guy, we probably don't need one. We might try to get Ford back in free agency. Could use a new corner. Trey Flowers just isn't the guy. Maybe actually trade him to a really desperate corner team, get like a high 5th out of him. But yeah, we have a plan. It's just how much of these guys are we going to be able to actually afford. Carlos Dunlap, I do not want as a starter. As far as the number 1 need goes, corner, DT/D end, and then obviously pretty much anyone on the O-line. But since we have free agency, maybe we'll be able to fill some of those needs. Trent Williams, I definitely feel like Russell Wilson can entice him to come here. I really do. So I might actually make a play. I just feel at this point, Trent Williams just wants to win. And with that contract, he simply can't lose. All right, just going over some cap-freeing moves. We're definitely going to get rid of the man himself. Shell, can we get rid of him as well? Okay, that's not really saving us much. Quentin Dunbar, of course, we paid on our own. So we can't really save a whole lot of money, but we did save a little bit there. We offered a lot of contracts, but how many will we actually get? Definitely in a bit of a spot for cap, but I think we can do it. If we land at least 2 decent draft picks, we should be able to make it happen. Okay, this is really interesting because we got Gronkowski. I paid him a 2-year 18, I believe it was. It might have been a 3-year something. I don't even know. 2 years something. No, it was a 3-year 18, I believe, which isn't bad at all for us. However, we didn't get Trent, which was a big loss. We get Cordy Glenn, who might actually move back to left tackle. Kevin King, a backup corner. Corey Clement, also a backup running back, kind of a worse version of Penny, which obviously allows us to get rid of Penny. With that being said, we actually have saved quite a bit of money, but once again, we didn't get the tackle, so a bit of a loss on that one. We get even more backups. Elfline, Jalen Richard, Solomon Thomas, KJ Wright is back, Isaiah McKenzie, Holton Hill, Seals Jones, and Isaiah Ford. All right, we give the Cowboys pick 59, 120 next year, and Barton for 39. Of course, 59 was this year. I know it's confusing the way I said it, but with this pick, we will be likely choosing a pass rush. Ooh. Jalen Waddle, though. Ooh, Jalen Waddle is pretty good, but this team doesn't really need wide receiver. They need pass rusher more. Gerald Tompkins, a speed rusher who looks really solid. Gonna take him, and he is normal development. Is he not even a pass rusher? What the hell is this? Well, that was a wasted pick. I'm so excited. We trade Rashad Penny to the Jets for their 4th round pick, which of course is the first pick in the 4th round, which we'll be using to take a tight end who looks like a very solid value. Whether or not Gronk is a starter for a long time or not, this guy looks too valuable not to grab. And as a 74 overall in the 4th round, even with normal, definitely worth the pick, which also allows us to get rid of Will Dissly, who we could find a team for as well. Maybe even like the Titans, and we try to find a run-heavy team, perhaps. And then we're also going to take this guy. Looks very valuable. Avery Gray. Don't need wide receiver that's to the point where we take one in the 2nd round. Very high, but this guy definitely valuable and definitely worth it, actually. Spectacular. Very interesting. Route running super raw, but a lot to work with there. I like it. Now we move to the late 5th, which hopefully our safety is there. Definitely need a safety for the future. Did we have a linebacker as well? We did, but I didn't get to scout him. I just got his speed only. Oscar Bridge, raw. But with a decent combine grade, young, maybe he's got a chance. Who knows? 69 overall normal. Definitely not bad. Definitely not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, he's actually not bad at all. Simply put. Of course, for a linebacker, honestly, might not be there, but at the same time, he wasn't, you know, I didn't know anything about him anyway, so he's not there. Is there anyone we could take? Of course, as far as, and I went with a new class with this one, as far as, you know, real classes go for 2021, not our most successful showing, I'll be honest. Who's this guy? He's kind of slow, but like 6th-round pick, let's take him. Javier Pierce, 64 overall normal. Yeah, he's bad. Now we take a kicker, Eric Stein, looking a little rough. Thought maybe we'd get someone from Myers who could retire anytime. Myers who retires, oh my. As far as draft recap goes, there's literally nothing to show for it because we didn't get a single hit in, but we did have a pretty bad draft pick, and it only costed us, what, a 4th next year to move up, so we can use the Disley trade and maybe somebody else. I'm trying to think. I don't think actually we have anyone else. Disley, and that's probably it, to maybe fill that a little bit. Yeah, definitely, the real class definitely helped the players around us more than it helped us, I'll tell you that. We probably pulled off the most realistic trade you could ask for. Trey Flowers, Will Disley, and Burr Curve into the Packers for a 2nd-round pick. I'm trying to think if maybe that was a little too high. I mean, hell, the Packers used the whole 3rd round on a blocking tight end alone, let alone no linebacker or corner to get trade for. I think that's fair. All right, going into year 2 with the Seattle Seahawks, I honestly cannot say we personally, like me, we made them better. I don't think we did. We lost the left tackle. Cordy Glenn is replacing him there. The interior is not any better. The receivers, they are better, but once again, wasn't because of us. Gronk is a nice addition. Didn't really need to spend that kind of money for a guy like him, but with Russell Wilson, I think he can put the ball in, you know, pretty much any spot. So Gronk being able to catch those tough balls definitely will help, especially in the red zone. As far as linebackers go, this is what they're going to look like. Jordan Brooks starting yet again. I don't know. No, I did call him Kendrick right before. For some reason, I thought I named him wrong. Kendrick KJ, right? See, I told you. Back in his left outside linebacker spot, even though I thought he played right. No? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. D-line, we got younger, but once again, didn't really get better. King will move up just because he is younger. But once again, I mean, the draft just was not good for us. It probably will help that we actually have a 1st round coming up now, I believe. Or did they trade 2 1st rounds for? Yo, that was too much by Seattle. 2 1st-round picks. Oh, no. Oh, well, we got to make it work. All right, we have resignings. First things first, Tyler Lockett is the #1 guy on my list here, I think. So we're going to give him a 4-year deal. Nothing more, just in case he doesn't get X Factor. Reed is pretty expensive, but he is the #1 DT on the team. As much as I probably wouldn't be looking to pay a safety this much, you don't give them 2 1st-round picks. You know, the Jets, that is. 2 1st-round picks if you're not going to re-sign them. So, unfortunately, almost forced to in that situation. As far as Dunbar goes, probably going to let him go. Michael Dixon, one of the best punters in the league, especially with how young he is. We'll give him a contract. I worry, though, about Jaron Reed because we got to keep him. He's too good not to. All right, career Seahawk, here you go. There's nothing much more we could do. He's easily the best. Quandre, maybe a 1-year deal worth, you know, whatever he wanted, but fully guaranteed. Well, near 1.5.5. Okay, well, I agree, but like, please help me out. All right, here we are, headed to the playoffs, and we missed them. 9-7 losses to some really, really bad teams. Lost to the Cardinals, fair enough. Saints, fair enough. Eagles, doubt it. Titans, I guess. Cardinals, fair enough. Vikings, I don't think so. And then the Colts did have kind of a tough schedule when it came to the losses. I mean, there was a lot of tough teams in there, in fairness, but we missed the playoffs. I will say the team wasn't super great, so it doesn't shock me. Russell Wilson, like, comparatively to last season, like a 1/4 of his season was taken away from him there. Chris Carson should go up to superstar. Very good season from him. Lockett, maybe superstar X Factor. Metcalf, down season. Gronk, not worth what we paid him. And then Gray, youngster, not going to blame him. O-line was terrible. Defensively now, Jordan Brooks could go to star. King could go to star. Sack totals. I mean, the rookie had the most, but that's not a good thing in this case. Picks, not bad. Myers missed 2 again. I'm cool with that. Kick return, punt return really doesn't matter because obviously if the numbers were high, that would make this season look even worse because you don't expect to have those numbers high. As far as MVP, not a chance. Brady does win, though. Looking at any awards. Do we have any single award at all? Wide receiver. So best wide receiver, and that's it. Missed the playoffs, and we had best wide receiver, no other. Wow. That's great news. I will say we were probably very close. We were probably like the last team that missed, or like the first team that missed. The Saints, is that back-to-back Super Bowl trips and back-to-back wins, it would appear. 83 overall for our team. X Factor? Yes. So that 4-year deal, obviously well worth it with Lockett. We also had Carson go up to Superstar. I mean, this is, based on skill positions, probably the best team in the league. I don't even know if you could even say probably. I think it is easily the best team in the league. Looking at DevOps, we only had 1, but I'll take it. Jordan Brooks, linebacker, not the easiest thing to find these days, at least for me in franchise. Looking at defense, I think you got to replace Collier. He's too old. It's just not going to happen. Corner. So main thing I'm going to be looking to draft is a DB because once again, I think Diggs is going to be gone. D-line, and then as last draft, O-line, but there just wasn't any good O-line in their last draft. They were all red, and they were all just not good combine grades. I'd like to re-sign Diggs, but of course he was not digging it. Of course, these contracts suck, and the players are just as bad as the contracts. I know, I'm sorry. Would have liked to have Trent Williams. I honestly think you take Trent Williams alone, you probably make the playoffs, right? Like, a left tackle of his caliber would probably be enough on his own. Where did he actually retire, I wonder? Drew Brees retired. Trent Williams did retire right there. I don't know if it would have changed if he would have played for us, but I guess I'm not that mad about it now. Jair Alexander, I mean, that is... Once again, I just don't see the Packers letting him go. But once again, as a Packers fan, I do get... Ooh. I'll just take Carlton Davis then. Thank you very much. Are we in the business of stealing division rivals linemen? Hell yes, we are. All right, so we do get a couple of contracts. I like Whitehead, potentially the starting, not even potentially, the starting free safety for the team. We don't get McGlinchey, which is just, I mean, can we get one of these linemen, please? Of course, we do end up getting Mike Pouncey, a pretty decent upgrade at the offensive line spot. Marcus Davenport, an 84 overall star development, right end. I think it was like a 5-year, $43 million deal. And then Carlton Davis was like a 4-year, no, is it a 4-year 84 or a 5-year 84? I think it was a 5-year 84. Otherwise, I would just sign Jair for that price. Not bad, but I would have loved the lineman. We do get Anthony Costanzo, a 1-year, $7 million deal, which is not bad because he actually is still a decent overall. And then we add another backup center. So the O-line definitely upgrades quite a bit. LJ Collier, I'm going to be honest, buddy, probably not. So just looking, I mean, I don't know if everyone's going to be in the right spots or not, but just looking at the first glance additions to the team, left tackle's way better, center's way better. Looking at the defensive side of things, corner is now the best duo in the league. Davenport makes in a huge addition. I suppose we don't really need a D-line because Tompkins is probably just going to stay at the spot. Yeah, after one season, not great, but 73 finesse move. He's 23 now. He's got plenty of time. So DT, free safety, and then once again, O-line for sure. Linebacker, though. KJ Wright, worrying me. Definitely look at pretty much any position we can. All right, so one of our highest picks we had was a pass rusher. And then I was like, you know what? Do we really need him? And then I'm like, you know what? Do we really not need him? And I honestly think that Tompkins guy, he's okay. But I really don't think he's good enough to just say, hey, we don't need the position. Then again, you'd also have this left guard. So it's not that simple because I would rather have the DN. But maybe we just move down a little bit there until one of them is gone. I don't know. I really want the pass rusher way more, though. So I mean, I guess just hoping Van Buren goes first. Oh, I did not know that guy was going to be there. Okay, there's actually some decent Okay, that guy's not really... Like, he's fast enough. You know what? I'm going to slap all these guys on the list, and we're just going to keep going until all of them are gone down to one. Of course, as far as who I'd want them... I mean, honestly, any of them are good. So, I really don't have a preference, but I suppose Britton Dell is the best person there. Kind of getting lucky here. I mean, they're still all there. Bart's Moss goes. I'll take any of the two. Look at this. This has worked out really well. How? How are we getting this lucky? Are they bad? Wait, am I missing something? Did they go? They're both there. I want Dell more, but like, I don't want one more than the other that much, right? Okay, now I'm trading up. Okay, this is nuts. Let's go to the Bears. We give the Bears 49, Bridge, and then Collier for pick 33. I think it's fair. Both young players, both can develop, but just haven't developed for us. So this is a little bit tougher now. Britton Dell looks really solid, but for some reason, I just think as far as dev goes, it's going to be Peppers, but I got to go for Combine. I got to go for all this. So Mr. Britton Dell, 76 overall off the gate. Definitely better than the guy we already had. Automatic starter. Not a bad pick at all. Of course, we would love for him to be, hidden, but unfortunately that just isn't the case. How the hell is Peppers still there? It's just, oh my lord. Now I kind of regret taking Marcus off the freaking free agency list. Of course, I think Whitaker is a better guard, but once again, the wait for one of them to go trick really saved us a lot. Like, we probably wouldn't even have both of these. We would have lost one of the second rounds if not for that. I just gotta go for it. I gotta wait for one of them to go and then trade up. Because you never know, we might even get lucky and not have to trade up. Peppers to the Steelers. That automatically means he's going to be a god, which sucks. Wait, Devin Young? I don't think either of them were one, is it? Ooh, thank God I paid attention. I did not know the guy's name was Devin Young, but now I do. I wanted Whitaker more anyway, so let's go to Buffalo. And, obviously our line is nowhere near finished, so it would be really nice to get a guy here, even if he's normal, that can start for the future. I'll give him a future 4th-round pick for this, and it's not enough, really. We give him 46, a 4th next, and Darnell Taylor for 39. I mean, we weren't moving up that much, so I thought the 4th alone would have been enough, but I guess it was next year. We also have a linebacker, might be worth taking. I think we might take everyone here. Mark Whitaker, please be good. Hidden development, and of course not, as with every single player in every single draft. Let's go to the start of the next round. Maybe the linebacker's there. If he is, I'll take him. He'll be normal development, and I'll cry anyways. Trade him 2/5 with our mid-3rd to get all the way up to 2. I mean, it wasn't that far. I know I said all the way. It's like 14 spots. But Deontay Rutledge, he looks absolutely insane. Normal development coming up. Oh, maybe not. 77 overall hidden. KJ Wright might be out the door. I ain't even gonna lie. That is nutcase stuff. Of course, the coverage is raw as hell, but hidden development, even a star, that would be great. Obviously, I could wish the switched overall in dev was to the guard instead, but hey, I'm just glad we had somebody worth the pick. Now, moving on to another position, center might be worth it. I think we're going to take one of these guys right here. I kind of want all of the players, but what can we actually get? We'll see. Tim Murray, screw it, we're going for Tim Murray. And nice pick, 76 overall normal. Obviously, as far as, lineman pick goes, that would be like a top 10, 15, top 15 pick, top 10, top 15 style pick in the draft. These guys kind of go pretty early when it comes to these rounds, so I'm going to remember the names, and as soon as, once one goes, we'll trade up. I want Reese more, but I'll take either one. Reese, White's, one of the two. All right, so Weiss goes first, which I'm definitely happy about. We're going to go to the Colts now. We gave the Colts our 5th with 2 6th for 116. We'll use the 7th round pick on a kicker. All right, here we go, Reese. Make it happen, buddy. Yikes, 69 overall. I do kind of want to see how White's was, or Wheats. I don't know, dude. I mean, not a disappointing draft because we did actually land some really good players. It's just a lot were normal, so could have been worse, but obviously could have been a lot better dev-wise. We had 2 guys here, but obviously McCullough looks a little bit better. 68 overall and debatably better. I don't know. It was a little iffy. All right, here we go. 2 things you want to check. We only had 1 hidden, which was the linebacker. Something tells me Superstar Plus, but at the same time, it really doesn't matter because he's obviously insane. And it does matter. I don't know what I'm talking about. clearly it matters. Star development trait, 94. That's an interesting number. Of course, I keep forgetting when we do these rebuilds, Wagner drops quite a bit. So, you know, we added a lot of talent. Wait, what position do we want him at? Right out? No, left outside linebacker. 51, I guess. I mean, it looks better than all the other numbers. Oh, wait, what am I doing? It's not who I thought it was at all. And then for the 2 players we missed, one was a Steeler. The pass rusher, of course, wasn't really a miss, but also normal development trait. A little bit better out the gate for, you know, his ability to get to the QB, but way less athletic, way worse block shedding, just not even close to as good of a player as the guy we took. And then, was this guy a 5th rounder? Might have been a 4th. Can't wait for this hidden development. Normal development, okay, fair enough. So yeah, just as usual, draft is the way it is. All right, I can finally confidently say we have actually made the team better for once. We have the rookie Murray, who is actually really solid as a left guard. Costanzo, the starting left tackle. Mike Pouncey, the starting center. Pocic moved over to right tackle because he's actually kind of, you know, 6'6", 320, kind of on the bigger side. I will say, though, after this season, losing the left tackle and center, we're going to be back at square one. Gronk regressed a little bit, but he's still strong enough, still good enough. Once again, skill positions look absolutely insane. Look at the defensive side of things. Linebacker is easily the best in league. However, Wagner, as an 89 overall, scares me quite a bit. Corner's best in the league. Whitehead, 25 years old. Star development, 79 overall. A bit on the slower side, but definitely good. Easily the best DBs in the league. And honestly, I don't want to go out and say it's better than the Legion of Boom safeties and DBs, but if you add them all together, like, Earl's way better than Whitehead. Cam's not much better than Jamal. I will say Sherman's probably a little bit better than Davis. However, Shaquille right now is definitely better than Browner, technically. Nah, I'd still give it to the Legion of Boom. They were just so good, and obviously the D-line was better. But overall, even though Legion of Boom was technically the linebackers and DBs, not the D-line, but yeah, the team looks really good, specifically on defense. So, I mean, it should be another playoff season. Obviously, we didn't have one last year, but we should be able to make it back and maybe do some damage. All right, we have some resignings. Dk Metcalf is about to be paid quite a bit of money. We're going to give him, honestly, just going to give him a 7-year, $135 million deal. Wagner, I don't know, maybe a tag? I'm not really sure. Obviously, we do have a decent bit of money, but 89 overall goes away very quick. Well, 90, whatever. It goes away very quickly. Probably going to be like an 83, 84 by the end of the season. So I want to keep him, but I think for cheaper, let's try to give him a 1 year. Let's try to give him a 1 year 12, because that number is probably going to be around like 13 mil. Damn it, dude. We gave him a 1 year, 11 million guaranteed deal, which I think is good for the next upcoming season. And then after that, we might have to let him go. And then we might get Blair a contract as well. Pretty fast, decent. Give him a 3 year. All right, heading to the playoffs. It's been a pretty average season, and we did we get a breakout for the playoffs? That is very strange. I didn't even know that was a thing. But of course, we do win the division too. I mean, it's not a great season, but at least we made the playoffs. Wilson, super yikes. Chris Carson, touchdowns were down. Offense just didn't score as many touchdowns, even though Tyler Lockett, you can see here, dominating everything. Not a bad season. Obviously, you know, it went mainly to Lockett, but everyone else kind of on par. So, I mean, they all did their part, I guess. O-line definitely did play a lot better, but still, once again, worried about next season because most of those guys are going to be gone. As far as pass rush goes, Davenport was not worth it in year one. Dell was okay. Looking at kicking, Myers pretty much the same as he's been all the way through, so probably will give him a contract, actually. Yearly awards, Russell Wilson at 3, Jacoby Brissett at number 1. Okay, dude, I don't think so. But as far as other awards go, Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 2. I mean, number 2 doesn't mean anything, unless it's, you know, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, stuff like that, but I guess it's better than him not being in the top 5 for that position. I don't know. But here we are going into the game against the Bears. 10-6 Bears. We're an 88 overall. They're an 82. So we are a pretty good squad. Obviously, there probably is some morale boost there, but also have that breakout. Once again, I did not know that was a thing. I really did not. Nick Foles still the quarterback for Chicago. Rest in peace, Chicago Bears fans. We just did a Bears rebuild, the last rebuild. And yeah, we didn't let Nick Foles play that long. 10 all so far. Halftime, the score will be 17 all. What a game so far. 24-17. Offense is doing a pretty good job against that Bears defense. 31-17. And yeah, there's no chance. The Bears made it look good for a while. And, you know, in the fourth they did as well. But ultimately could not keep up. Jesus, Seattle. Can we hold on to a lead? These bird teams, I swear, they just don't like to hold leads. Of course, quarterback performances outside of touchdowns, very similar. Of course, a little more inaccurate for Foles, but yards right on par. Completions pretty much right on par. A crazy game. Chris Carson with a fumble. Russell Wilson with a fumble. Can we not do that, boys, please? Thank you. 9 for 111 for Lockett. Metcalf, 3 touchdowns. Tariq Cohen tried to carry the team with Robinson. I suppose that's multiple people carrying. It's not really, that's just like a group effort. Tompkins playing the backup spot. I don't mind it. I'll keep both of those youngsters in on the team. Normally would trade them right away, but honestly, I think Tompkins makes a very good complementary backup. Pretty athletic on top of it. But we win a game in the playoffs. Definitely nice. I don't know if he got it or not, and he did not. Avery Gray, lots of potential, but kind of being wasted here. Regardless, can't really do much for him. Of course, with the Saints, let's take a look at that bracket real quick. Number 4 seed. Okay, interesting. 9-7's number 4 seed. Strange. Of course, on the other side, you have the Packers and Cardinals. Always have a pretty decent playoff bout. The number 1 seed versus the 7. Something tells me the winner of this game could be playing the Cardinals. I'm just saying. And then, of course, on the other side, nothing shaken up at all. Everyone who was supposed to win did win. I like that playoff bracket. It's actually, a small addition, but it's actually very influential. I like to see all the things I can see. 88 overall to their 87. Overall, the Saints definitely, they lost Drew Brees. They're a worse team for it, but they're always so good anyways. And once again, I like the Seahawks Stadium. Going against the league MVP, Jacoby Brissett, as if anyone else would deserve it. I don't understand why, but he's been a god in Madden for the last few years. Somebody over at EA really wants Jacoby Brissett to have an NFL career. 21-17 and a half. Nice stuff by the offense. There you go. Teamwork is a dream work. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean here. Apparently, we can't win a game unless we put up 38-plus points. Offense, can you do it? I don't know why it said kickoff. 38 points, like we said. The Saints have a chance to drive here. 3rd and 10, he completes it. And they score with 3 seconds left. You have got to be kidding me. Defense with the pick. The Legion of Boom is back. I would have been so much better of a quote if we would have actually had the game won at that point right there. So I made to edit that to be like, it happens right as that goes. What a freaking game. Apparently the Saints and Seahawks also have great matchups. Remember the freaking Beastquake. Really, really good game there. David Njoku to the Saints. That seems unfair. Pete Carroll looks like he's like comforting his own players, but like they won. Like Gronk was like, oh, we're going back to, championship game. I don't know why I was about to say Super Bowl, but clearly this was only the divisional. And really good performance. And the game decider, besides the ground game, was, of course, the takeaways. We had 3, they had 1. Look at the performance from both QBs. Similar again. Of course, way less picks for Russell Wilson. Wish I could have said instead of way less is 0, but that's fine. 2 rushing touchdowns on top of it. Wow, we definitely scored a lot of touchdowns. I sounded like Borat. Wow. Looking at receivers, Thomas with 3 touchdowns, Lockett with 1, Metcalf with 2. That's 5 touchdowns in the playoffs already. Looking at sack totals, nothing to show for yet again. This pass rush is just such a struggle. Look at the freaking Legion. The Legion of, I don't know, Coom? Okay, that's... Why? Why did I even say that? Especially in November. It's supposed to be the Legion of Anti-Coom. Headed to the championship game. Who's this going to be against? And it is the Packers. So as you would expect, I mean, kind of made it like, oh, maybe the Cardinals. Nah, not a chance. But 85 to the 88 overall. Us. On paper, we have them beat. However, could be a snowy game in Green Bay, which, I mean, in theory, gives them the nod. I almost want to restart this because obviously no snow is a no-go. The Chiefs win, so ultimately the winner of this game is going to have a very tough task anyways, but I'd still like to see us be there, right? They get a touchdown first drive, we get a 3-pointer on the first drive. So far, not looking in our favor at all. They are doing a really good 31-3. Offense, please. The problem is it's so scripted. It's like when I saw them put up those points, I knew the game was over because that happens all the time. Come on, defense, show up. Yeah, we lost. Valiant effort in the third quarter near the end of it, but ultimately we just got smoked. 37-20. That defense, man, I don't know what we need to add to make it good. I just don't get it. Don't get me wrong. Russell didn't play well, but either did they. They really didn't play that well themselves. They did have a couple more rushing touchdowns, but I mean, I got to blame the offense, but at the same time, if you're a truly elite defense, like the Legion of Boom ain't letting Green Bay put up 37 on them, are they? I'm just saying, they just aren't. Simply put, of course, Burt Curvin has to get a pick on us. He just had to, right? Of course he did. Oh, my. That sucks. Green Bay headed to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, the matchup we were robbed of recent years' time. But here we go. Super Bowl, obviously, heading into year 4. I mean, the team is there. We should be able to make something happen this upcoming season, but is the team going to do it? I really don't know. I mean, I feel like we can't add anything to the defense to make them better yet. Apparently, they're not playing that well. I don't know what to tell you. Looking at their, the Super Bowl results, Packers win by 3. And then looking at DevOps, I mean, we wouldn't really have had anyone. Like we said, we lost the left tackle. We lost the center. We need linemen yet again. What else do we have? Looking at the offense, still pretty much intact. Nothing really changed. Defensively now, Brooks and Rutledge both going to superstar dev. I mean, who would have thought that these guys would be the guys that are going to be better overall than Wagner? We also ended up getting Reed to superstar, which I don't know how much that really matters, and then Dell to star, which is massive. So really good stuff there, and of course, on to the re-signings. I don't really know if we have anyone. Myers, I will give him that contract. He's definitely been worth a $4 million deal, whatever it is. Offers perfect, can't wait. Pochik, I mean, we already gave him the deal. You know, he's not that great. I think we can do better. We just need someone to actually sign with us, and then we'll fill the other position, hopefully, in the draft. All right, Jair Alexander somehow back in free agency. I don't know how you don't give him a job that lasts long. Dre Greenlaw, looks like he's actually getting the full price here. W for him. And then we do see a couple of linemen. I want to find someone younger, but worst case scenario, DeCastro's coming to Seattle. I don't care. Lindstrom, probably rather have the short term in that scenario. And of course, Cody Barton, somehow a free agent, yet superstar development. How does that even happen? How? We got a star development like blocking tight end, which is nice, but we also get Paradis, 76 overall, a little bit lower than Mike Pouncey, but DeCastro has been added to the team. I don't know if we're going to play him at guard or trying to move him to tackle, but obviously O-line is the biggest need on the team right now, so anytime we can add a really good talent there, it's massive. And speaking of massive, I think we do have to put him at tackle because he's just built better for it. Of course, he's played guard like his whole career pretty much, so I mean, a little bit awkward, but here we are. Gronk, literally the last year in his contract, and also literally the last year he's probably going to be usable, so we'll probably just let that happen, do what you got to do. Don't have much depth picks, but we do have our first-round pick for the first time in years, so that's always nice. Corner maybe on the list, mainly, though, O-line, D-line. DT is actually pretty big on the list, isn't it? All right, we actually got some other players. Weston Richburg, we got freaking Duvernay, we got Bentley. We got some players. You got some really solid backups there. All right, as far as what the best available in this draft is for us, I think it's a DT. He's an early second, so we're probably going to get him at round pick 20. And after that, I don't know. I think we have a corner as well. Actually, what was it? Was it a lineman? I don't know. But we have two players. Oh, there's a linebacker. Don't know if he's worth grabbing, but we've had a nose for linebackers in this one a little bit, so I think we'll be willing to take him because, of course, Wagner will be gone after the year. But hopefully, honestly, with the way we were built, probably should have made the Super Bowl last season. added some new talent this year. I think we should be able to make a pretty nice run, maybe even win the whole thing. But we'll see. Obviously, we don't know. But yeah, these are our top 2 picks. So Addison Woodson, clearly the number 1 pick for us. And then linebacker, I think he's worth it. I don't know, though. Something does tell me normal. Then again, something tells me normal for the DT as well. But of course, I mean, you just can't pass on this guy. He looks too good. All right, we give them pick 30 and a 3rd round next year for their pick there, which we will now use, which will be Mr. Addison Woodson, the defensive tackle. He is, of course, normal development trait. Absolutely nuts. I'm still sad. All right, so the middle linebacker is gone. I went to like pick 10. I didn't see him go before then, but apparently he did. As far as what we could go for here, I think the corner is the best available. I mean, we're going to have to get lucky, but something, once again, normal development. Probably 73 overall normal. As far as the overall goes, definitely a good pick, but because he's normal, I don't know what we're going to be able to do with him. Let's move on to the 3rd round and select another player. The drafts are always so depressing. Like, it always makes me feel bad every time. Every time the draft is over, I'm just like, oh, okay. That's our players. It's so bad. But let's go with wide receiver Pat James, best available, 69 overall, normal. Once again, similar to the other guy we just, we took earlier in the rebuild. Developable, but, you can see how it went for Mr. Gray. Probably going to go similar for him as well. But Lockett's not getting any younger. Kind of needed a wide receiver. Might as well take a guy a little bit later. Now for our last pick, let's take Mark Inzerma, the quarterback, 57 overall, normal, scrambler type, maybe learn behind Wilson. Why not? And then as far as the draft goes, I mean, there's not really much we would have had, so I guess we'll take a look at the middle linebacker, and that's pretty much it. He went pick 8 overall, and of course he is hidden. Fast as hell. Cannot wait to see this one. He is, okay, he's only star, but still, I would like to have these players. Still can't believe our DT is normal, though. Oh, well, going on to year 4 now. All right, going into year 4, this is what the roster looks like. Of course, everything's pretty much the same on offense, but we have DeCastro right tackle. Tardif, the, kind of size-wise built to play left tackle the most. And then Weston Richburg at center. Murray moves over to right guard for whatever reason. And then defensively, linebackers look just as good, but they have better devs, and they're slightly better overall. Same with Dell, better dev, better overall. So, I mean, we don't really add too much to the team, but they are better now. I mean, this is one of the top 5 teams in the league. So, with a guy like Wilson, Metcalf, Lockett, Chris Carson, a solid right tackle, I don't really know what we can do to get better unless, every single position we're missing goes to free agency and is asking for next to nothing. All right, we have negotiations. Of course, DeCastro may retire next season. Not guaranteed, but not really sure. Obviously, Russell Wilson, you gave him the deal. I give him a 2-year deal to be safe. Glad to stay on. Jordan Brooks, a 6-year deal for an 84 overall. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you give him the deal. Why not? Give him the deal. 6-year, 63.6. And pretty much everyone else, actually Damian Lewis will get the contract as well. Give him a 3-year deal. Everyone else, though, I don't know. I kind of have to wait till the season's over to see, who is going to still be here. Like, Gronk is most likely not going to be here. Wagner might retire. DeCastro might retire, so we'll have to see. All right, here we are, headed to the playoffs, and let me tell you, it was a pretty good team because we went 13-3, and because of how bad everyone else played, we have to show you we didn't cheat. We have to show you the other teams as well, show you we didn't force them to lose or anything like that. I mean, they were kind of bad. It's just not good at all. May have forgot to show the Rams, but who cares? Russell Wilson, I mean, the yards and touchdowns really haven't been that great since year 1, but I mean, I guess the running game, we have a lot of rushing touchdowns, so fair enough. Chris Carson kind of gets scammed. If he would have those touchdowns that Boston Scott had, maybe he would have went to Superstar X Factor. Receiving, this is probably the best season we've had, as a group. A couple of guys in the 900s, one at 1,000. Touchdowns are a little lower than we would have expected, like we said, but still good enough. O-line, great stuff, even though we're constantly makeshifting the thing. Rutledge could go to X Factor. Woodson with 9 sacks as a rookie DT. Pass rush just sucks around here, and honestly, it might be the reason we never win a Super Bowl. Honestly, it's just defense seems to give up like 30, 40 points, 30 plus points a game in the playoffs at least. Didn't really see, per game there, even though you could probably slow it down and look back if you needed to. Watson was the MVP. Jacoby Brissett, 73 overall, almost MVP again. It's just not going to happen. I don't know why that's the case. Woodson, Rookie of the Year, could go up to star. Looking at the other awards, we had none. Nice, as I always expect to have. None. But we did get the bye week because we were the best team in the NFC, going against the Saints. The Packers win, the Saints win, the Washington football team wins. Second seed, nice. And then on the other side, a couple of the unexpecteds actually win here, as the number one obviously makes it. Number two, though, lose to the Chiefs, the Ravens, that is. And then the Bills losing to the Broncos. So here we are headed. I mean, we're not headed anywhere. We're at home, but we're going against the Saints. Not a great team to draw when it comes to the playoffs. So not really sure how the number one seed here wins, honestly. We got the bye week, which is why I kind of think that the new system is kind of nicer, because if the number 1 and 2 seed both gets the bye week, then it's like, okay, who's luckier, the number 1 or 2? But obviously, if you have that bye week, number 1's always going to be the best, But here we are going against those Saints. Come on, Seahawks. Please finally win. Please. 7-3, 14-3, 21-3. Looking pretty decent in this game, I can't lie. Jacoby Brissett, the MVP and the second place runner-up MVP, trying to get his team back into it. Almost does. Defense is going to give him a chance here. Offense can't finish the job, but defense, okay, fair enough. They improved. Not by much, but they improved enough. And, of course, Russell Wilson, come on, buddy. Do you not want another Super Bowl ring? Because I sure as hell would want one for you. Gronk, just a pretty, good team effort. I'd like to see that Avery Gray's finally getting involved, which is nice. Sack totals, we had 1.5 there. Brooks with the other half. Pick totals, Carlton Davis had 1. Marshawn Lattimore and Malik Harrison had 1. Kicking, pretty basic stuff, and then nothing else to show for. Moving on to the championship game already. The bye week obviously is super, super clutch. Who are we going to play? The Packers were last time. Look at these upgrades. Metcalf, 99 overall, looking like a monster. The Washington football team. Interesting. So 89 for us, 88 for them. They got Dre Greenlaw, paid him 5-year, $100 million deal. Not so contract, but hey, it looks like it helped him out tremendously. Chiefs, I believe, back in the Super Bowl again. Ooh, defense. Nice stop early. We get a touchdown out of it right away, too. 14-0 at, the second quarter mark. Halftime will be a finishing score of 14-3. Not bad. I'd like to see a little bit more out of the offense, though. There you go. Start of the third looking strong. Defense just got to play a little bit. Come on, defense. You've got to be kidding me here. Offense clutches it on 4th and 1. They're moving down the field. Can Russell Wilson and company do it? Of course they can. Couple of seconds left, and we hold on. Seattle is back in the Super Bowl. Seahawks choked so hard in that game, but barely came back at the end. Justin Fields, the quarterback for Washington, not the most unrealistic thing in the world. Russell, not really playing like Russell Wilson, we know, especially in the postseason. So I really need him to just, give it his all in this Super Bowl. And, there might be a chance that he goes down. I mean, he's already pretty much a Hall of Famer, but definitely locked in as a, one of the greats if he wins this Super Bowl right here. Davenport, nice 2.5 sack game. We had a little bit of sack. We did better than most games. Jamal with a pick. Greg Zuerlein missed a field goal for them, which obviously was huge because it would have been tied up, would have been an overtime game. And once again, because I usually do forget to show, I think I even forgot one of the seasons, I can't remember. I do forget to show the results of stuff sometimes. I'm going to do it now because I remembered it. No cheating, no, restarts or anything like that. I don't know why it matters, but, we ain't getting any of those comments, all right? All right, here we are at the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think of any dev-ups, probably defensively only, DT and whatnot. So offensive dev-ups, none as we expected. Defensive, both of the linebackers go up in dev. Woodson does not, and he loses his starting job for whatever reason. We didn't get a single dev-up for the D-line. I thought Woodson definitely would have went up. But hey, Jordan Brooks paid him a 6-year $60. Clearly worth it now. And then Rutledge absolutely smoking it with Superstar X Factor. He's just insane. Best defense in the league. Lockdown. You know, this is the challenge that you've been waiting for. It's the freaking Kansas City Chiefs. You've got the team. Just finish the job. Win it. 90 to their 86. Come on. Let's just do it. We have their old corner. That should mean something. It won't, but it should. All right, here we go. 7-0. 10-0. Not a bad start. They do score a touchdown finally. Defense is trying its best. Seattle's offense, we got to do better here. 20-10. Okay, not a bad year. 2013. Yeah, okay year. 23-13. It looks good. Touchdowns. Keep scoring them. And the Seattle Seahawks are once again Super Bowl champions. I mean, the window was closed. It was closed. It was open. It was closed. J.J. Watt playing for the Chiefs. That seems like literally impossible, but okay. And I was just like, I mean, we keep losing the star player that we signed in free agency. Can we please do something about this? You know, the offensive line constantly collapsing, but we finally get the nod. Trying so hard, just falling short and having disappointing losses. We finally finish the job and get the Super Bowl win. Who is the Super Bowl MVP? Of course, it's Russell Wilson. 77.1% of completions, 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. The best performance of the playoffs so far for him, at least this season. I can't remember of all the seasons, but definitely glad to finally get that one in. Definitely a successful rebuild. I was going to do a fantasy, but I'm glad we didn't because this wasn't super easy. I felt like the majority of our success came from making key free agent signings. And of course, I suppose we did draft Rutledge, which was a nice addition. The D-line worked out. Carlton Davis, careful selection there. Didn't pay as much as we would have for Jair, yet he ended up being almost as good. And, of course, his coverage was actually really good. I think we signed him with 95-man, 86 zone, and that was like a couple years before now. So, definitely a good player. Russell Wilson outperformed Mahomes by a decent bit, mainly in the completion percentage department. Rushing, no touchdowns, but both running backs, pretty damn good. As far as receiving goes, Tyler Lockett was clutch. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was really good for them. Metcalf did have a touchdown. Definitely let us down a little bit in that one, but a touchdown is a touchdown. It's a Super Bowl touchdown on top of it. Sack totals. Woodson with 2. That rookie has a high ceiling. No Deva, but he should have had one. J.J. Watt with 2 sacks. Willie Gay with a sack. Britton Dell with a sack. Damian Wilson, interception. Kicking. Butker missed a field goal. What was the score? I mean, that was kind of big, right? They made it change the entire game for them. There might have been time where they were down 10 and there was like, we have to score this or that. You know, we have to give it our all because we're down so much. We need 2 possessions. Who knows how the game would have went, you know? But as far as that goes, that is going to be the realistic rebuild of the Seattle Seahawks. Going a little bit fast there. I want to see what, some of our players look like. Chris Carson, speed and agility doesn't look great, but obviously a super tanky guy. DK Metcalf at 26 only. Looks like a monster. 97 speed, 95 excel. Look at the catch. I mean, he's insane. He's absolutely insane. Tyler Lockett, 31, still looking good. Look at that. I mean, he's still good. Ankle breaker with, once again, Billy suck. Gronk at the age of 35. This is what he looks like. Still a decent catcher, like a Jason Witten, but trucky type of guy. Carlton Davis, I kind of want to take a look at. Like I said, he was looking really good before we even signed him. 98-man, 91 zone. Really, like a Stephon Gilmore type here. Almost like a clone of him, really. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really much more to show. I guess Jamal Adams, if anyone's interested, from the Seahawks fan base. Obviously a pretty solid player. But once again, that's going to be the video. Of course, like I said, there's going to be a Spider-Man video on the second channel, PK Plays, today. Whether you're going to watch it or not, maybe think about subscribing. You don't even have to watch the videos. You can even turn the bell off if you really want to. I just want to get the channel going, and I have seen you guys, I think we gained like 100, 200 subs within the last week. It means a ton to me. I just want more than just Madden for content creation because, you guys haven't noticed any dropping content on Madden, right? On the main channel. If anything, I've been putting out more content, more franchise videos, yet we're still getting the second channel going, still streaming. I know I let you guys down yesterday, but likely a stream tonight, but I can't guarantee because, like I said, the main reason we did this, Seahawks-Cardinals matchup tonight should be a good one, and if it is really good and it goes on late, there's no clear winner, and hell, even if it goes to overtime, I don't know. But definitely look at the community tab. That's where, the Spider-Man gameplay will be announced. Of course, the link will be there, and maybe a little bit later, I'll let you guys know if we are streaming on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Of course, appreciate a ton of support you guys have given me. Maybe subscribe, if you want to. You don't have to. Do what you got to do. I appreciate you being here. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!